Okay, YouTube, Tony here. Today I'm going to demonstrate a couple iPhones that I have jailbroken using Red Snow 9.11 or 0.9.11 Beta 4, and they all have Siri installed, and I'll demonstrate working Siri on each of them. Hello. So that's,
hello.
as you can see, that's the iPhone 4. This is the iPhone 3GS. Hello.
Greetings.
Hello.
Hello, Tony.
So they're all working on 5.1.1 Untethered, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did. The only thing I did different was on this device, which I used. First of all, I'll show you that they're all on 5.1.1. I don't want to hear people complaining that there's not. And if you want me to plug it up to iTunes, iTunes will show you exactly that I'm on 5.1.1 Untethered. So I'll show you the iPhone 4. The iPhone 4 is on 5.1.1 9B206. Not the 208, but the 206 firmware. There's two of them out for 5.1.1. So keep an eye out on that. And then the 3GS 8 gig is on 5.1.1 9B206. Sorry about the cracked screen. And the other iPhone 3GS 16 gig is on 5.1.1 9B206. They're all untethered. And to prove that, I used Rocky Raccoon on all of them. We'll go to Cydia, and I'll show you that they're all untethered. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did. I jailbroke them on 0.9.11 Beta 4, every device. And to get Siri working on the 4G, what I did was I installed a source, which was iHacksRepo, iHacksRepo.com, add that source, iHacksRepo.com. Once you install that, you search for Spire, and you have two of them will pop up. What I did was I installed the Spire for iOS 5.1. I installed that one first. It takes a long time to download. When it came up to the boot, when it said reboot, when it was done downloading on the bottom in Cydia, it says reboot. I did not reboot. What I did was I powered off my device. So I hit the power button, and I just slide the power off. That's what I did. And after I did that, I connected it to Red Snow 9.11 Beta 4, and I did a boot tether. Even though it's already have the Rocky Raccoon on installed, I still had to do the boot tether to install Spire. So I did the boot tether, and I held the home and the power button. You know, the regular DFU mode, I held the home power, and then as soon as the Apple logo disappeared, and Red Snow. Okay, this is what I did. Home and power for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I released the power button, and I kept holding the home button the entire time Red Snow boot tethered my device. So even though when Red Snow recognized it and it was boot tethering my device. I still held the home button the whole time through the entire process until the pineapple came up. Once the pineapple came up, I released the home button and I just waited. It did take a little while, but the pineapple did disappear, the Apple logo came back up, and my phone did boot up. After I did that, I went back to Cydia and I installed the second package, which was Spite Fix Pack 2.4. When I installed this package and this package starts to download, you gotta make sure that little spinning thing is done, download is done spinning when you hit install. You will get these little pop-ups. So once I installed this package and it downloaded, when it got to the very end, it said reboot. Since this is the second package, I just pressed reboot and the phone did power off and reboot back up. So try that for the iPhone 4. This is what I did. I'll show you exactly what I have installed on here. iHacks repo, packages. This is a fresh install. I got Rocky Raccoon, which is what I first installed. Then I installed Spite for iOS 5.1. Remember, you got to power off your device, boot tether it back up, hold the home button all the way while you're boot tethering. Then after it powers back up, then you install Spite Fix Pack 2.4, and you can just press the button on this one where it says reboot. You can just reboot on this one. You can't reboot on the first one, so remember that. After I did that, it worked, and this is all I have installed on here. As you can see, from top to bottom, all I have is Rocky Raccoon, Spite Fix Pack 2.4, Spite for iOS 5, and that's it, and Tether Me. So no bullshit, this worked for me. If it doesn't work for you, you probably have other packages that are conflicting. You need to reinstall 5.1.1, do a fresh install, and then try it. It worked for me, and then after you get this installed, then you install your other packages. And that's exactly what I did on this 3GS. Sorry about the cracked screen. I'll show you exactly the packages I have on this one also. Rocky Raccoon, iHacks repo, Spite for iOS 5.1, and the Spite Fix Pack 2.4. I have the same packages I installed. Same thing I did on this device to get this one working. I did on this. Actually, I did it on this first, and then I did it on my iPhone 4. But for some reason, on the iPhone 3GS, I didn't have to hold the home button. When I boot tethered, I didn't have to hold the home button all the way through the process. But I did have to do it on the iPhone 4. So remember that. And on this 3GS, I used a totally different way. I actually installed a different source. I installed Bite Your Apple, which is right here, repo.biteyourapple.net. This is an unlocked phone. I don't know if that had to do anything with it, but I did install Spite 3.0.1 Untether, and it did work first time around. I made a video on this previously and it didn't work for other people, but it did work for me. And as you can see, I do have it says modified because it is installed, and I'll show you as soon as it comes back. I'll show you everything I have installed on this device. Packages. Rocky have forecasts, Rocky Raccoon, Spite 3.0.1. So this did work the first time around on my other video, which people were having trouble with it. Why it didn't work for you guys, I have no idea, but it did work for me. And this is a 3GS, maybe that's why. Maybe it only works on 3GS. Comment below if that's the issue. But like I said, that's how I got this to work on my iPhone 4 GSM iOS 5.1.1. I'll show you my 3GS, iPhone 3GS iOS 5.1.1. And this is my other 3GS. And it also is on 5.1.1 untethered. They're all untethered. I try to get it to work on my iPad too, and that's where I had a problem. I was stuck on the Apple boot logo. This is iPhone 3GS iOS 5.1.1. So yeah guys, this worked for me. This is exactly how I did it. And if you guys are having trouble, I don't know what to tell you. Hello.
Hello, Tony.
Hello.
Hi, Tony.
What's the weather like today?
Here's the forecast for I'm checking your current location. Here's the weather for today.
So I have no issue whatsoever. It's working fine. And I will show you, I forgot to show you that there is Spire after you install this. So I'll show you. If you scroll down, there's Spire. There's Spire. And there's Spire. So here's Spire. I'm not going to open it up because I don't want to show you my proxy. Here's Spire. And here's Spire up there. Oops. Can't show you that. So I do have Spire on all of them. And I'll also show you. Siri on all of them. Siri, Siri, Siri. So comment below, let me know if this worked out for you. You know, let me know if what are you installing it on. I don't know if it works for the iPod Touch. I couldn't tell you. I know it works on these devices I have right here. And these all are, like I said, on 5.1.1. Red Snow 0.9.11 beta 4. That's how I jailbroke them. And the first thing I installed after I jailbroke them was Rocky Raccoon. Remember that. Before you continue, comment below. Give me a thumbs up if I helped you any. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.